Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47.
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you have 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts. Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught! Touchdown!
Timeout, SGA. Probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit road. Oh, come on! Justin Jefferson, you gotta be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history. Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore! Is it Francis? Giannis says no! Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside! At both ends!
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. As always, we will recap yesterday first, and it was an 0-3 day for me on the show. We recapped the good, we recapped the bad. I did cash a total for 1.5 units in the Discord. NBA totals have been smashing, especially the unders. Those are the spots I'm primarily targeting. But 0-3 here on the show, looking to get that right today. LeBron finished under 20. We needed 23.5. Maxey, a terrible first quarter. Our first half. Let me see where exactly Maxey finished. I know I graded it as a loss this morning. I don't remember. He finished with 7. He had 7 in the first half and finished with 7. And then KD, again, I know I graded it as a loss, but damn. KD, we lost by the hook. So tough day yesterday. Looking to get right here today. We'll jump right into, wrong button. We'll jump right into today's slate. We are going to share props.cash. This is a spot that I was looking at, but we'll just go game by game. We do have Chalk Exchange in the building. Chalk, how are we?
Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you are. We're good. We're good. A lot to get through in this NBA slate. So just trying to rock through these games. A little bit just kind of nasty matchups throughout the day, but I think there's some solid value on the board. A lot of competitive spreads. So I guess with the exception of Philly, but you never know.
Yeah, one blowout. I think, what is there, 8 games today? One of them's a blowout. Everything else is fairly competitive. First game that we're going to go through is the Milwaukee versus Washington game. I do appreciate all the likes and the retweets on the video as well from all the people over on X, Night Fox, M Knight, Mr. D, John, and Brett. I appreciate all y'all for tapping in this morning. I do appreciate all those likes and retweets. I have a couple looks here as we start this game. First, a look that I like but I haven't got to yet. Miles Turner over his points, threes. I think even his rebounds have looked good head-to-head this season. 8, 3, and 7. Not the biggest fan of his rebounds, but threes especially. The volume's been great from behind the arc for him in this matchup, 8, 8, and 6. I know Giannis changes things, but his three-point volume without Giannis recently has looked pretty good. So do you have any Miles Turner three-point made thoughts?
I don't hate it at all. I want to see if Sarr goes tonight. I kind of want to take Sarr's blocks.
Okay.
I think that he can close out on both Portis and Turner for those long distance shots. If Sarr doesn't go, I think that Turner and Portis are both green lights from 3.
So I will say I did run I did run Bobby Portis over his threes in a lay already. So let me just go ahead and give that to the people in here. It is on my Twitter timeline. I got Bobby Portis 3+, Jalen Smith 3+, and Tim Hardaway Jr. 3+. I did run Smith and Hardaway both straight. I did not run Bobby straight because his 2.5 number wasn't really playable. I just opted to go straight to the 3+ in a lay. Yeah, -180 is the price. I can't bring myself to play that as a straight. So I just put the 3+ in a lay. You could put the 3+ for like a quarter unit straight as well. Big fan of Bobby Portis here.
I do that a lot too. I just skip over the juiced up line and go right to the ladder and just skip a step, especially if, -170, -188, those types of lines.
Yeah.
I like it. And if I like it that much, I'll just take the plus money.
I think you could take Turner and Bobby both like a half a unit on the plus money 3+, and I think you're going to walk away making money.
I think one of them's going to hit threes.
So I will say, outside of the looks I've already kind of made in this game, I don't have a lot of other looks. So are there players you wanted to get to on stream today? I know Ryan Rollins looks pretty green without KPJ and Giannis. Anyone else?
I have Trey Johnson threes. My site just kicked me out. Trey Johnson, 1 day rest at home. Obviously rookie, so you want to take the rookies at home.
I do prefer playing a rookie at home.
So 1 day rest, and he's at home, and he has a great matchup. I'm like breaking this site by trying to filter at home with 1 day rest. That's going to include a lot of spots with CJ McCollum this season. True. And I don't know how to work that out with the data sites that we have, but I need to like have a post-it note of like when these trades were made so I can look from that date on.
Yeah, Trey Johnson's interesting even if you just look at Wolf. I do like Rollins PRAs today. Would lean over. It's close for me on his points straight. I will say it's close, but no cigar for me. But I wouldn't talk you off of it. Trey, I think the minutes are going to be there. That's the big thing for me. 30+ minutes this season. He's over in 5-6.
January 7th was the day of the trade.
Okay. And look at all of these games are post that.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So that's what I'm rocking with Trey's threes.
Yeah, I like Trey, PRAs, threes, all of it. Points and assists, not mad at it. So I like Trey Johnson overs here. I do think you're going to get the minutes there. Threes -137 at DraftKings. I like that price. Ryan Rollins, I do lean over. I'm not going to spend 10 minutes. I went over it this morning. Thankfully, I went through everything this morning, so today's show should be fairly smooth. AJ Green just has not performed the same without Giannis. He did have a stretch here. Well, honestly, we're getting a better price than normal, too.
He's not a shot creator, so he just needs – he almost needs like a wide-open spot-up shot.
Yeah, no,
and
exactly.
I hate taking it without Giannis there, as you mentioned. But, like, there's nobody else on the Bucks that's capable of pulling the defense, like gravitating defense towards them.
Right.
And it's really shown the last couple games, even like his attempts.
Yeah, and that's like the biggest thing that scares me. Yep, yeah. Up and down.
But without Giannis, I mean, 2 threes made, 6, 1, 1, 1, 0, 4, 1, 5, 3. What do you do with that? I almost bet his under last game.
His under cashed, yeah. I saw a couple people on the timeline actually on that. Thought I agreed with it. I was like, you know what? I do like that. So
yeah, but he's going to have popcorn games. I honestly, if you like betting going forward, I wouldn't mind taking like AJ Green for 4 and just skipping over that over 2.5 mark,
right?
Or just betting his under,
yep,
like under 1.5.
Yeah, no, I see it, bro. Moving on from the Milwaukee-Washington game, Sacramento versus Philly, we do have some injury news here, right? Westbrook, Monk, Grimes, PG, Embiid. So a lot of things to navigate. Did I have anything official in this one? Not yet. You have any thoughts, any clicks in this game?
Zach LaVine, PRA.
Oh yeah, we spoke about this on calling the shots. I'm just scared off because his coach been playing with his minutes like crazy. But
Can't
if
do
he
that
plays
tonight.
25, you're right. Especially if Monk and Westbrook are out, you won't be able to.
Yeah, and even if they're in, it's still 21.5 or 20.5, depending on when you got it. That's so low, man. He might actually have 20 points. I like his threes as well. Wouldn't mind his like his 3+ or 4+ in LA. If you're really looking for that moonshot parlay, if you will. But that was the only thing I liked in this game. I really want to trust Maxey again because I don't trust the Kings in any capacity on defense. And Embiid, if they play 4 quarters, he should have 40, but I don't think they're going to play 4 quarters tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I don't spend a lot of times on these blowout games. Luckily, this is the only blowout. Model likes Embiid's points and assists over, but this would be a great spot to run him 29 minutes. So nothing for me on Embiid, nothing for me in this game. Let's move on to Miami, Chicago. I think we both are on Jalen Smith in different capacities, so I was able to lock this in. It's actually still available at one book, even 119 at BetOnline, 120. I locked this in at -115 this morning. Jalen Smith, 2+ 3-pointers made. Some books have moved, so I would get on this sooner rather than later if you want to tail it. Over in 8 straight, and this perfectly correlates with when Zach Collins went down. I know he's missed a lot of time this year. Did not look near as green in the front half of the year. I mean, it's still a lot of good spots, but he's really crushed this line lately. Not only that, he's crushed this line versus this team this season. He only had played 24 minutes in that game. I'm expecting more minutes tonight. I would put him closer to like 27, I think is fair. Like he could play low 30s, but I really think 26 to 28 is what he's playing tonight. I like his volume. I got him right around 5 attempts. So we do need to go 2 for 5, maybe a stretch 2 for 6. But I did take his 3+ as well for a quarter unit.
How many minutes did you have him slotted for?
26, 28.
Okay. Yeah, I was right in that area too. I had his PR. Points and rebounds. And it's funny. His points and rebounds are exactly around the line of Zach LaVine's PRA. It was 20.5, and that's actually bumped up to 21.5, down to 20.5 again.
There
So
are some 20.5s in
number.
the market still, yeah. So shop around. There's definitely 20s left.
Yeah, you can still get that number. If Spoelstra still hates Ware, I love this. I love this PR.
I don't think that's changing anytime soon. I think you're safe there. Yeah, no, I like Jalen Smith PRs as well. I played the threes. I like the PRs. I also played Wiggins PRA at 22.5. This is pretty self-explanatory. I know Hero could return. If he does, I think he'll play slighter minutes. I think we see Wiggins in the 32, 33 area tonight in terms of minutes played, and I just closed my model. 1 second. 25, I believe, is my projection. What'd you say?
We have a confirmed lineup for this game?
No, I don't think so. Not confirmed.
Interesting.
One of these teams, I believe, at least is on a back-to-back. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. There's a lot of I think there's like 78 teams on back-to-back tonight.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Wiggins PRAs, I make it with Hero even, I make it 25. That's right. So really like Wiggins PRAs here tonight. Not going to spend a lot of time on it. Just really like it. Jalen Smith, we went over. Do you have Vucevic thoughts? Not the easiest matchup for him. Struggled the one time they played. Only played 20 minutes, however.
No, I kind of like Bam, though. I like Bam's points and rebounds. I know it doesn't look good against them, but I think that tonight is a really good spot. I would have to check more into his back-to-back numbers and minutes and stuff like that. But I was looking at Bam.
I agree with you because I fucking hate betting on Bam.
Yeah, no, I feel you there. My hate has gotten in the way of so much money, so I'm just gonna keep looking at it unbiased. Bam is one of them. Jaren Jackson. I'm just blocking my blessings at this point. But Kobe White was another one in this game. I like his threes, but there's a lot to unpack here with back-to-back and injury management. So I want to wait until this injury news does come out. Obviously, we talk about this. I think it's pretty much daily now. Is Davion Mitchell playing? That's where we're going on a daily basis with the Miami Heat. And then Matas Buzelis is hard to ignore. His points and rebounds are at 20.5, right in line with Jalen Smith.
I think you make a very interesting point on Kobe White's threes. Price is getting worse by the second, but I like
Another
Kobe
ladder
White's.
guy if you're into that.
Yeah.
Levine, White, and there's somebody else that I like for threes today. Oh, MPJ.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like Kobe White's threes. My biggest thing that kept me off of Kobe is exactly what you said. Back to back. What's Giddey's role? Like, there's a lot of questions tonight. Mitchell's a good defender. Is Mitchell going to be defending him? There's a lot of question marks in the air with this game. So going to be rather cautious with the rest of my plays in terms of this one. I do have two. Probably going to keep it there. Anyone else you wanted to get into in this game before we move on?
No, I'm waiting on injury news. That Kobe, Levine, and MPJ parlay for 4 threes each is 20-1.
We do have two requests: Giddey triple-double and Sabonis triple-double. This is going to be easy for me to answer because they're kind of in similar situations. Giddey's a little more niche, I suppose, because he's on a back-to-back, but Sabonis more games back. I actually don't hate the Sabonis triple-double look. I would prefer Embiid to play in that scenario, but not mad at it. You know, I would want to be near 1,000 at least, though. And then Giddey triple-double, again, I'm not mad at that either because Davion Mitchell doubtful. Okay, I like Kobe White's threes more in that scenario. Sabonis and Giddey, though, like triple-double, sprinkles, not mad at either scenario. Houston versus Atlanta, I do have one play here. Actually, I guess kind of two because I took KD over 18+ in a parlay. I'll show everybody why. DraftKings, FanDuel offers these in your way, so I did go grade this versus FanDuel as well. But if you go to DraftKings, they're 18+. They're not good at setting that line. And I hope I'm not just like nuking my own edge releasing this, but this line's way off price. So I love KD, Brandon Miller, and Anthony Edwards. KD, I'm showing a massive edge. 18+ is way off price. So even if you go to FanDuel and play it versus FanDuel, you're saving like 50 cents. So really like the Kevin Durant 18+ look as a lay piece. And then Jalen Johnson. Houston, very good defensively, both versus points and assists. I'm running Jalen Johnson under 29.5 PAs. Just cashed this bet yesterday versus Boston, so just running it back. Jalen Johnson. I know Onyeka Okongwu's out. Or is that it? Does that say game time decision?
I don't know how he plays.
Same. If he plays, I mean, shout outs to him. But yeah, Jalen Johnson under PAs is my only straight official in this game. Went through, looked at some things. I looked at Nall's threes. The 2+ isn't playable, so you got to play the 3+. That's why, you know, if there was a 2+ 125 out there, it's a nuke. But CJ McCollum, I'm very close to market with everything. KD, my points over. My model does like the point straight, but he's over that 18 line in 10 straight in like 90% of games this season. So maybe 93. Yeah, 93% of games this season. So much more comfortable with that in a lay. I did like Amon Ra RAs. I don't know if you took a peek at that this morning. Any thoughts there?
Versus I like Atlanta. RAs. Yeah, I liked KD tonight. I like KD for 30. I want to see where CJ McCollum's minutes overlap with Reed Shepherd's, because if I'm going to take CJ, my initial look was taking his under tonight. But if his minutes on the court overlap with Reed Shepherd, then I'm going to stay off of it.
Fair.
I like Jabari's rebounds, and I liked Nall's threes up to 4.
Yeah, that's how you got to play Nall. So definitely agree with that. I did take some time looking at Jabari Smith as well. I thought even maybe a threes look there. Just didn't love the price, $150. I think he hits 2, but I don't think he hits 3. So, no, I agree with everything.
Johnson's under 7.5 assists.
I love it. I took his
Yeah.
PAs. I love the assist. So
Points and assists, that's probably the way to go. So I was already looking at the assists. I might just tail that one with you.
let's move on to Charlotte Dallas.
Yep.
Do I have anything official? Waiting for Klay Thompson news. Would be interested somewhat in a Klay threes. I did put Brandon Miller 18 plus in a lay. 74% hit rate on the season. If you filter to 30 plus minutes, 31 minutes, it's an 85% hit rate. This was another lay piece for me. Really like it. Was there anything else for me? No. Anything that you have in this game?
I'm gonna wait till I see Brandon Williams lines. That's his name, right? Brandon.
The point guard for Dallas, yeah.
Yeah. I want to wait to see if we get his lines. I want to wait to see if Flag plays. I like Flag's RA today. Brandon Miller's been hooping as well. Don't mind his 20. I think it was 20 and a half. And Diabate. I'm going to go back to Diabate. I liked him a lot last night. He had like 20 boards. I like him for up to 12 tonight with no resistance inside for the Mavericks.
I really like Flag's assist myself. I do really like.
Yeah, up to 6 is 220.
My bad, y'all. Y'all still hear me? Y'all still hear me?
Yeah, I think you just banged on this.
My fault.
Flag's 6 assists is plus 220, depending on where you shot.
Yeah, I like that. I
What's
like
up, fellas?
that. Sean, how are we?
going on,
How
bud?
are we?
How are you?
Doing well.
Prince, I do like Diabate's PRs. That is a lean of mine already.
So is that Chalk that said he liked Diabate's rebounds?
Yeah, I'm back on it. I don't care if it's back to back.
Did I lose you guys?
No, we're here. We
Yeah.
got you.
That's me.
Yeah, Diabate's rebounds. I like Diabate's rebounds. PR, I'm probably not mad at the PR line. I was looking at Cockbrenner's rebounds, but it looks like Diabate's kind of taking the role, even though Cockbrenner's back now. So definitely like that look. I am looking at. I got one sicko play. I'm sure nobody's going to be on, but
Who you got?
I got Bobby Portis assist.
Oh, okay. I don't hate
Yeah.
that. I actually said I might.
That was mentioned on calling the shots. I looked at it more.
I like Bobby Porter or Bobby Portis assist. I didn't look at the ladder spot. I'm definitely going to take the main line. He's had it last couple games. He's shown he had 7 assists. And it's a good spot to his position. I also like Andrew Wiggins, PRA. So I was looking at something. I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, Prophet. And you could kind of tell me what you have. Or wait, are you going game by game?
Yeah, and I actually already
Not
released
bad.
that. I don't have the banner up yet, but
Sean, I don't
go
think
ahead and
you
give
can
your
hear us.
analysis. I love that spot. I already ran it. So
Wiggins,
tell me why you
PRA?
like it. Yeah,
Can you
I
hear
played
me?
the 22.5 this morning.
Okay, so Wiggins, that's what I got, 22.5 PRA. Listen, I looked at this on Prop Finder, and like this is probably the greenest statistic I've seen. I mean, I've seen this a 90% hit rate in the last 10 games. Is not the greatest in the last 20, but head to head, it's hit in all 4 matchups. The last 5, he's hit 100%. They give up the 6th most PRAs to the position. And I'm not sure in the injury news, but I think what's his name out tonight, or is he going to be playing?
I lean that he doesn't give it a go.
Okay.
Chalk,
Yep.
you probably had issues because I accidentally left the studio. You should be good to go now.
Yeah, I just exited gay back. I can hear you now. I didn't
Yeah,
hear
but I'm
you,
definitely-
and I don't think
I'm
Sean
definitely
heard
loving the
me.
PRA look for the 22.5. I mean, I think honestly he could probably cover it in points alone. I mean, this might be something where we see a 20-point game from Andrew Wiggins. I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at the points, but the PRA for you to get all 3 statistical categories and 1 at a great value, you can't beat that.
No, we are on the same page there, Sean. Absolutely love that spot. Do you have anything in the Charlotte-Dallas game?
Charlotte, Dallas. No news on Cooper Flag, right?
Nah, I do like his assist, but nothing official. I do think he goes.
Oh yeah, because he didn't play the last game, or he did, right? He played the last game. He just didn't have.
No, I think you're right. He sat the last game, didn't he?
I'd have to go back and check. I thought he might have played, but I could be right. Or no, you might be right. He might have been out. He's on my fantasy team, so I'd have to look. But Brandon Miller. Any news on Brandon Miller?
I took him for 18 plus. I think he's going. Brandon Williams, I think, is going too. So
I like Brandon Miller's. It's not the best matchup for the position, but he's been. I mean, if he's going to score, he's going to chuck threes. So I don't mind the 3-pointers. Well, actually, I take that back. I do mind it at 2.5. I don't like that. I liked first look, Miles Bridges. I liked Miles Bridges. For what was it I looked at? I want to say it was his boards. Yeah, I didn't mind the Miles Bridges rebounds. If you can get it 4.5. I don't not too great on this 5.5, but that's really about it. I mean, I've been, pulling for Colin Sexton, but after yesterday's performance, I think I'm done with that for a while.
let's move on to Brooklyn, New York then. Oh, Chuck, did you have anything you wanted to go over in that game? Anything else?
I can't hear Chuck at all. Is he talking right now?
I cannot hear him either. We may be having issues. Let's move on to the next game. I've got Tim Hardaway. He also might just be on a work call or some shit. Tim Hardaway Jr. over 2.5 3-pointers made. Locked this in this morning at. Let me go shop around. I forget. I think we got it at 120. Damn, it's really juicy now. Hold on. Let me see what I got it at. Yeah, this one's moved a lot already. I locked this in at minus 115 earlier this morning. This one's moved a lot. And then I ran the 4+ for a quarter unit at plus 220. Played 30 minutes in the last game. I just truly believe we're getting 8+ 3-point attempts tonight. The reason for that is we know how Brooklyn likes to play defensively versus the pick and roll. You're going to see Jamal Murray in a lot of blitz situations. I probably like this more with Aaron Gordon because he's a great secondary passer. But I still really like this number for Tim Hardaway Jr. I took the over 2.5 and the over 3.5. This line you're seeing here with this kind of volume, 68% hit rate is plus 180. It was plus 220 even this morning. So Tim Hardaway Jr.'s threes was an official play. Also, I'm very close on Michael Porter Jr. First game back in Denver. I don't think we see sub minutes because I don't think we see a blowout. I think we see 31, 32, 33, 34. I think the coaching staff will do right by him. I think we're going to see a lot of shots, a lot of threes, a lot of twos, probably a lot of free throws as well if you're on something like a Bet365 prize pick, something of that nature. I'd be interested in a free throw attempt even for tonight. Not sure if you covered any Bulls games, but Ayo Dosunmu points props might be worth looking at considering how efficient he's shooting the three. Yeah, I did go over Chicago, and while it wasn't one of my looks this morning, in another spaces I was on, they were making a case for it, and I definitely would lean over. He's doing it on shorter minutes. 28 in the last one. Like, his minutes are what scare me. He has been super efficient from behind the, you can still get a 2+ for minus 120. So I like the threes. I like the points for Ayo Dosunmu. Miami's 27th in 3-point attempts allowed, 29th to point guards. He had 3 in the matchup earlier this season on 32 minutes. I'm not sure he plays quite 32. But I do lean over points and threes for Ayo Dosunmu tonight. Definitely a lean of mine. Brooklyn, Denver. That's really going to be a wrap for me too. Chalk said he's having trouble connecting, so he'll be back tomorrow. I'll jump on his spaces probably about 3:00 as well, so you guys can get more content there. Anything else for me in this game? Jamal Murray's assists were interesting, but they're also high. He had 16 in the matchup versus them. That's what I thought a couple weeks ago. They're going to blitz him in the pick and rolls. Giannis is I ran it, John. Not only did I run it, I ran the straight line to win a unit, and then I ran 4+ at a quarter. So I love Tim Hardaway's threes. He had 10 attempts in the last matchup just earlier this week. I think he sees even more attempts tonight. Maybe not more, but similar volume. So I like it up to 4.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, what's good, Sean?
All right, so I'm right there with you on Tim Hardaway. So there's a couple things in this one really that stood out to me. I'm going to be honest. This game, these two teams just faced off earlier this month, right?
Yep.
I know you like the Tim Hardaway threes. I'm actually looking at Tim Hardaway's points. The threes are obviously going to come up, as you know, but because this was a matchup and all 3 guys played in the matchup the first game without Joker, I'm looking at the same thing here. So I like Tim Hardaway's points. I like Michael Porter Jr.'s points, rebounds, and assists. I also like Michael Porter Jr. rebounds by himself. I think he had 11 in the first game.
Yes, he did.
And then, as you mentioned already, Jamal Murray had 16 assists. I think he's going to get blitzed again. And here's the thing: when you look at this might be like a great SGP game. I know it's in Denver, so it's going to be a little bit different. But the guys that I'm taking are going to be 3 guys from the Denver side, and then just Michael Porter Jr. So they've all played in Denver. So it's not a. I'm actually looking at Jamal Murray as this is a straight bet sprinkle. Triple-double. He had 16 assists, 20-some plus points, and I want to say 6 rebounds in the first game. It's just going to be a sprinkle, not anything crazy, but I think it's a possibility there. If he just kind of the same environment. And then, but as far as the slip, to put them all in the same SGP, Peyton Watson scored 20-plus points, too, in the first game. So I think you could probably take Peyton Watson for 20. You can take Jamal Murray 10 assists or whatever the line is at. What's the line? 8.5, 9.5?
Jamal Murray 8.5.
Okay, 8.5 assists. Or 10 if you want to do that, whichever. Tim Hardaway for his points. I think it might be 12.5. I'll have to go back and look.
13
you can take him
now,
for
but it might have been 12 earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, you could take
some
13 if you want.
Still. Yep.
I still think it's a good number. And then Michael Porter Jr., whichever category you want. I like the PRA personally, or PR line, but that's completely up to you. I think you can put all 4 of those guys. I think that it's just the same thing. I think they're all going to perform again. I mean, I don't think you go anywhere else. I don't really like betting against Brooklyn because we've seen what they do. Obviously, they're pretty much giving games away. So, but I do think you're 100% spot on with them blitzing Jamal Murray, and I think he's going to get the assist.
So, Evan, I did go over that game. I'll give you my thoughts. Trey's threes, I like the over. I kind of like the points a little more. I don't know if you have a Prop Stock Cash membership. Look at him at 30-plus minutes. Those are all games since the CJ trade. Haven't ran anything official on Trey. I do like the threes over. Bub, no opinion. LaMelo, it looks great on back-to-backs. I know one of my good friends is on his threes over. It looks great in back-to-backs. I don't trust his head coach. If anyone else were coaching that team, it'd be an auto bet, but that's what's going to keep me off of LaMelo's threes.
I'm actually on the under on LaMelo's threes. I know a lot of people like the over, but it's not a good matchup for him, in my opinion. I mean,
yeah, and his coach is fucking with his minutes, dog.
Yeah, and they can't make up their mind. You know, the attempts are going to be there. If you look at attempts, and you play somebody who plays attempts, I mean, you can take the attempts because he's going to shoot 20 probably,
right,
or damn near. But I don't know. I about probably like when Khan was in his bag at the beginning of the year, and Colin Sexton was even playing well, and they were kind of splitting the minutes. I was on like a run taking LaMelo's threes under because it was cashing every single game.
Right.
And then it stopped and he started hitting them again. But I think we might start seeing another, because the Charlotte team can't make up their mind, it seems like, with lineup. I think we might see another under series coming, but that's what I feel.
Damon, I really like the Wiggins 20 ball, but Levine, his coach, the same way, been bugging with his minutes, bro. So I can't really take that. Sean, I basically agree with you on everything there. Let's transition into Detroit versus Phoenix. I don't know if you had anything official in this game. I think Colin Gillespie's a game time decision. So is Jalen Green, Karis LeVert. Let me look through it.
I was going to ask you what you thought about Cade Cunningham assist.
Well, my two looks this morning were Cade's assists and Duncan's threes. We're getting a really fair price on Duncan's threes. 2.5 plus money. The volume was great versus Denver. Phoenix doesn't allow as many, but to get 2.5 at plus money, coming off a game where he had like 8 attempts, he probably would have had 12 if he could have found the basket. So, and I think he had 4. Let's check that. I think he had 4, in the head-to-head earlier this season. So Duncan's threes and Cade's assists were my two looks in this game. I think he had 11. Yeah, he had 11 in the matchup earlier this season. 2 looks for me in this game are those 2 looks. I might actually run them. So those are my thoughts. Cade's assists, Duncan's threes, maybe Mark Williams under 10.5 points, but nothing really standing out to me besides that. It's not a good catch and shoot defense for to attack Phoenix shot makers. They're not necessarily creators. I could see Cade's points going under. I do think they defended him incredibly well in the last matchup. He was 3 for 16 from the field. He did miss some shots he generally makes, but yeah, actually I might run Cade's points as well. Cade's points under, Cade's assists over. Any other injuries on the Detroit side I need to worry about? LeVert's not going to make the biggest difference. He is over at a much higher clip without LeVert this season. That's kind of crazy.
I'll be back. I got to step away for a minute.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
I'm with you on Cade's assist, though.
Dakota, I completely agree with you, bro. Hornets coach be on some weird shit. Kings coach as well there. I really like Cade's under points here tonight. Plus Booker's out. He's not going at anybody. Luckily, I have this tool here that'll tell me what I want to know. I'm going to run Cade under 23.5 points tonight. I got a 125 at FanDuel, 124 at DraftKings. I'm going to run Cade unders right now. I like the assists over, but I like the points under more, I will say. Points under. 23.5, 124 at DK is where I'm going to run it. There's also a 124 at Caesars. There's a 123 at Bovada at BetOnline Prop Builder, so you can actually get a better price at Prop Builder. All right, let me get that to the banner. Just added another one. Pretty active today. Pretty active for us today. Cade Cunningham under 23.5 points. Okay, moving on from Cade's under. I do really like that spot. Duren, I looked at it this morning. I do have a slight PR over. He had 34 in the last matchup. Not an official play, but I do lean over Duren PRs. I do lean over Duncan Robinson's threes. Phoenix side of the ball, I really don't have anything. I just think some of the shot makers could benefit from Jalen Green being on the floor. Last game, OKC versus Minnesota. I did put Anthony Edwards 18+ in a lay. We're getting his lowest line of the season. I actually really like his 3-pointer straight in this one. This line has gone up, which is to be expected, but this line was 2.5 at a much more playable price. Now -144, which I knew it was off. I should have bet it already. His 25 was like -125 this morning. As I said, I already put it in an 18+ lay, but I like Anthony Edwards points and threes over straight. I did see his rebounds were kind of trending on Twitter. Prices moved a lot, but if you're into that, his rebounds looked okay as well. Let me go look at Chet. Points I lean under and rebounds I lean over. Points I lean under head-to-head. Under in each matchup this season. Rebounds were split. Minutes were pretty depressed in the second game, though. He has been rebounding the ball incredibly well. Nothing official here. Let's talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Points, nothing. Rebounds, slightly under. I've got some interest in an RA under. It's not strong. He's over in both this season. I'm cool. I'm not going to waste a lot of units on this game. Actually, yeah, we're going to wrap it up. What's our time? We're at 42 minutes. We made great time today. That's what happens when I get at it early. All right, I'm going to recap the slate. And then if you've noticed, I've been putting a play out on Instagram every day. Life's been kind of crazy. Hopefully, I'm kind of getting back to normal here today. Should be 2 plays out, a straight and a parlay. If you're in the Discord, you've already got those. They're just going to be added to the timeline as well. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go give me a follow over there. Help me grow the brand and the page over there. I do appreciate all the support. 300 in here today. Really light episode. I'm not sure why. Yesterday was trash. Maybe that's why. Let me recap everything real quick. I've got an 18+ points parlay. That's Brandon Miller, Kevin Durant, and Anthony Edwards. I've got Jalen Johnson under 29.5 PAs. Tim Hardaway 3+ as a straight and then 4+ as a ladder. Jalen Smith 2+ as a straight and then 3+ as a ladder. And Cade Cunningham under 23.5 points. In and out quick today. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Also, NFL plays start to come out tonight for the Super Bowl. Comment below if you're on Twitter, NFL, I'll get you a free pass through the Super Bowl. Don't tell anybody. It's a stream exclusive type of thing. I do appreciate y'all tapped in on the stream every day. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then,